Let's see. Let's see if this is working. Okay, I think it's working. I'm gonna just flip a little bit here because we are trying something new with Heather. Oh, I think I see you guys. Perfect. Okay, so hi, in case I look like a little bit like scared, and it's because the first thing I'm scheduling the lives. So like again, let's just be gentle with me today. So I'm hoping we're gonna wait for Heather, but in case you don't know me, my name is Natalie. I'm part of the design team, and I am so glad to see you guys. It's been a while, but I think today we're gonna do something fun in time for Valentine's Day. So let me just take a sit. I'm coming from my living room today. We'll move the location a little bit to have more space. So let's see who's there online. Melly, Stephanie, the Crafty Tooth Fairy. I don't know your name, but welcome. Like I said, we're gonna wait for Heather, or I think it's Heather today that's coming online to, you know, moderate and make sure that she has everything. But in case that all the stuff that we're gonna use is already on the, I believe it's already, I already linked everything. So in case you're looking, there you go, there's Heather. And before we go live, today, like I said, we're gonna do something fun. I'm gonna show you why I call it creative hearts. And remember that whenever you comment or you share the link, you will get, like, you know, at the end of the project, at the end of the hour, Heather will pick a winner for a gift certificate to the shop. And there's a lot of things that you can do this weekend with them. Some of them is take advantage of the discount for, hi Heather, for Pinkfresh Studio. I think is all the dies are on sale this weekend. Or you can register for the Connect and Create that's coming up in May, which, you know what, with the one in, what was it, in November? It was great. So make sure you sign up, look into it. It's a great price, even though it might seem pricey, it's not. So check it out. And I think we're okay. So I think I'm good to switch the camera. So like I said, be gentle with me today because we're trying something and I have like 20 screens open. And you guys know that my table is magical. Things seem to disappear sometimes. So I'm trying my best not to make anything disappear or anything like that. So let me just flip the camera so I know that you guys are seeing me. And I don't know if I have to lower the volume of one of them. If you hear, let me know if you hear, what's his name? Like, let me know if you hear like a, oh my God, like an echo, so I can play with the volumes here, but I think I should be okay. No, I think I have to lower the volume of my computer. Let me just lower it. So I think we're okay now. Perfect. So let me get my hair in a ponytail. I have already my machine going on. It's warming up my glimmer. And today what we're gonna work with is, I'm gonna flip the computer so I can see your comments. You can see the live chat down here, which is great. We're gonna work with the arch backdrop. And I saw a couple, one of the reasons why I asked for this die set when, you know, we have a wish list and, you know, we get some of the stuff that comes, that is available. So this is one of, so this is one of the dies that, and the hand foil plates that I told Heather I really want to work with. One, because I love geometrical shapes. I think they're magical. I think they do a lot of things that, you know, we, what am I say, that you can apply to cars, but also work great for scrapbook layouts, which is what we're going to do today. So one of the things that we are going to do is and I'm sure if you can check back into the Pinkfresh Studio live videos, you can find two sessions that Heather and Leah created on how to use the glimmer, like the hard foil plates, you know, the Pinkfresh Studio hard foil plates. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with that. And like I said, my glimmer machine has been on for a while. So let's hope that, you know, it's all nice and warm up. So there we go, it's ready on time. So we're gonna start by actually creating one of these arches, which is gonna be the basis of our layout. Okay, again, like I was telling you, I love something that is geometric, and this happens to be it. So what I'm gonna use for this, I'm actually using champagne foil. I like the fact that it's gold, it's not as shiny, it's not glimmery. Okay, perfect. So it sounds good. Sorry, I'm trying to read. I thought there was like a little bit of a delay. Not a delay, but an echo. But I lowered the volume of everything else in my house, so there should be no echo whatsoever. So one of the things you got to keep in mind with this one is a little bit longer than an A2 card. So you want to make sure that when you cut the cardstock for this, it's bigger than 5.5 inches. So my machine is going. So I'm going to put this here. So right there. I have my cardstock here, and I'm using Hammer Mill paper. Is already back in stock. So I have 2 reams now at home. Yay! So we're going to have it going here. So once my my glimmer machine shows, you know, that stops, what do you call it? Stops clicking, then you know that I'll be okay. And then I'll be able to put it in the, you know, to put it through my machine. So there we go. It's ready here. I should have put my die cutting machine, which is right next to me. So let's see, I'm just gonna make some space. So if you don't see my die cutting machine, it's because on the side here. Okay, ready? I'm gonna take it out. I have 2 shims. So I'm using the shims that came in the thing. Let me just move it a little bit so you can see it, because I don't think you can see it in the camera. So I have it right there. And then I'm just gonna put it, I'm gonna make sure that I go slowly with it. In just one pass. I learned, you know, I played around with some of the, you know, the dice sometimes to see how it goes. I just needed one pass and to go slow. And that's all it is all it's gonna take. So let me just get it here. I'm gonna move my die cutting machine to the side so you can see it. Let's get this going. So then we're gonna show you, but before we do that, let's take this out of here. So I'm gonna see me dry my hands for 2 seconds. And we're gonna put the hot foil plate. I wanna create the negative and the positive of this hot foil plate. So the reveal is the fun part. There's a little bit of overfoiling and I'm not too worried about it because I'm actually gonna cut it out. So once again, we're gonna wait until this completely warms up and we're gonna do the negative. We're gonna use this negative piece to create the opposite of this, okay? So while that is happening, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with it. So we're gonna take this into this, okay? And then magically, they're gonna become this. So that's what the creative heart of this layout is gonna capture. This is how we're gonna build our layout. So you have an idea, I'm just waiting for this to warm up. And like I said, one of the things that drew me to this hot foil plate is the fact that there's a lot that you can do. I'm sure if you check Shannon's card, she created a rainbow card with it. If you check Angela's card, she actually cut it and created like this graphic kind of wavy background, which I totally love. And then I was just thinking, what else can I do with it? Because I think that whenever you get a die, you have to look at all the possibilities, especially if you're a scrapbooker. So I thought, oh, I can use the arches to form. My daughter said McDonald's. I said, no, I can form a heart. So that is what we're gonna do with them. Okay, so we're just waiting for this to warm up. Like you're gonna see it, there's a little bit of overfoiling. It's not gonna bother me that much, honestly. I think I played with it quite a bit last night. I had the idea before I drew it. I used a pencil, you know, just did some machinations here. And then yesterday, I think the afternoon, I actually did it. I cut it. I used some foil that I wanted to try out. And I was like, oh, okay, so it works. I haven't tried the combinations, but this is pretty much the idea. So that's gonna take quite a bit of your background. Okay, so this is what we're gonna take us a little bit longer, but that's the basis of our layout. And then we're gonna use some of the new florals to go ahead and just create, you know, the embellishments. And it's gonna be a pretty simple layout. It's gonna be a lot of bling. So if you like foiling, I'm gonna tell you, I'm obsessed with it. So it's ready, my hot foil plate. One of the things you have to make sure that it's really hot, like it gets really warmed up before you do this. So we're gonna put it there. I'm gonna put the timer. I have a second sheet. I have 2 more sheets. Like I said, I found it, I bought it. So I'm gonna use another one of those. I'm gonna wait until the light stops blinking. Let me move some stuff around that I don't need anymore so that I have a space. Let me bring my die cutting machine until everything gets ready. I hope that you can hear me loud and clear. because, like I said, I'm gonna try to clean up as I go so there's not like a disaster on my table. Yeah, one of the reasons why I'm working here, so I have the 2 tables to work with. So this would take like a couple more seconds, and then again, when you use a hot foil plate, it's like the best thing that Pinkfresh Studio came up with, because you don't waste your foil and you get like, let me show you a few things that you can do with it. It should be ready in 2 seconds. Again, I just need the regular shim to be using a glimmer foil machine. You just need the 2 ones that came in your kit. That's all you're gonna need. And again, this is ready. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna turn it off because we're not gonna use it anymore. And I'm just gonna go softly 1 single pass on my die cutting machine. Okay, so let me just get the wheel out of the way and we get the machine. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. Move this stuff, like I said, I'm trying to move stuff out of the way. And of course, I forgot to put the cardstock. Oh, it only happens to me, I'm telling you. It only happens to me. Oh, okay, don't worry, we're gonna redo it. Thank God I have more. So I'm gonna have to do it all over again. What can I forget? Oh, you see, I'm talking and I didn't realize that I forgot to put the cardstock in between. So I'm just gonna leave that on the side to do it while I chat with you guys. So keep working on this. Let me just move this out of the way. Oh, I didn't even realize it. So let me just put that there, let it warm up. But I'm gonna keep showing you how this works. Okay, so while my little machine gets warm up there, oh my God, I totally forgot. How didn't I realize that? That tells you how my brain is working today. So let's go into cutting this. So this arch comes with a coordinating die. Pretty simple actually to work with, and you're gonna see how killed my cutting pads are. And let's just make sure that all the stuff I have in order here. Somebody has to tell me how to clean the foil out of the plastic, because it's gonna drive me insane. So if you guys know, let me know. So I can do it tonight so it doesn't bug me. So all I'm doing is just setting my little the die that matches. This is the arch backdrop die. So I'm gonna cut it. Okay, so I got it there. Just you gotta make sure that your line, like if it's inside of the inner arch. That's how you set it in place. Just waiting for my die cutting for my glimmer to warm up, and I'm just gonna cut this apart. Okay, so here we go. It's honestly, you guys don't understand how much is bothering me right now. That my brain works in a different way, and it's just, I'm thinking, how did you forget? So I have it here. It's ready. I'm gonna set it aside. I'm waiting for this to warm up. Should be ready in a little bit. So I'm just gonna move this and keep showing you how I create my heart. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take just your pair of scissors and you're gonna go ahead and cut this out. So I'm gonna cut it right at the edge. Cut it right here, right at the edge. Okay, so that's gonna free the inner part of the die. I'm just gonna toss it in the garbage so avoid, space up here. So now you're gonna have to fussy cut. And you're gonna make sure, I'm gonna put it closer so you can see it. You wanna make sure that you follow the line. Give it around, I'm gonna say, a tiny bit of an offset. Don't cut right on the gold line or the foil line. Give it a tiny bit of an offset, okay? Very simple, nothing complicated. So I'm just gonna cut out the arches. I just want the complete arch. So don't stress over that. So I'm just waiting for the glimmer, foil machine to warm up. Until then, I'm just gonna cut the heart. And this I think is like probably the hardest part. And if you you really are like having a hard time, leaving the offset, then use the gold line. It's not gonna affect it that much, Trust me, it's not. I just wanted to have all those lines, but I could have easily cut on the last arch line, complete arch line, if that's the way. So go here. And I'm not looking at comments because right now, what is it, undo? Is that what you use? Pure acetone? Oh crap, where am I gonna find that? Okay, where do I find pure acetone? I don't think it's available here in Canada. I might have to go to the nail salon. Will the ladies have it there? I have one next door, like next to my building. Because honestly, that's gonna, you guys don't understand how my brain works. It's gonna drive me insane. Okay, my machine is ready. So while I chat with you guys, I'm gonna, keep doing that because I need the negative part to create my second heart. Yeah, where did it go? What happens when I'm trying to be organized? I should just leave like, the twilight zone on my table and that works better. So, but let's see. I think I did some other work ahead. Okay, so we're gonna put this here, press the timer so it gets ready. Gonna clean up. So you see, that's how Walmart has it. Here, I'm in Canada though, so are you sure acetone, I'll be able to buy acetone in Walmart? Post trade acetone nail polish remover without any additives. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. I'm sure if I go next door, like I said, there's a nail salon downstairs in my building, like next door. I'm sure if I go there, the ladies are nice, they probably let me get it. So share a little bit of that with me because I don't think I need much. Walmart has it. What, Amazon have it? Okay, is undo. Oh, okay. So undo is the way to go then. Yeah, it tells you like, my brain sometimes telling you guys. So this is pretty much there. Let me get my die cutting machine in place. See, when you think you're organized and you're timing everything, and things like this happen only on live television, nowhere else, So tell me how you guys have been. Make sure, you talk to Heather because I'm a little bit like, it gets a little bit difficult to look at you guys and also, create at the same time. So forgive me if I'm missing any of the comments. I am not doing it on purpose. I'm just trying to get this going, especially because my plan was to get this done, right off the bat. So I have the heart. Any drugs? See, here in Canada, I haven't found it. Like pure acetone, I only find it with the additives. So I might have to go to Amazon or Walmart, like you guys said, to find it. So I have my second arch there. Now I'm gonna switch the plates here. So my hot foil plate, I need it to get warm. I'm gonna peel this. I need the negative part. I don't need the positive part. So I'm not gonna die cut this for now. I'm gonna set it aside. I'll die cut it after. Okay, so let's keep talking about how to create this heart. So I created a template. Like I said, when I was working with this to create my heart, I created a bit of a template. So, but I want to make sure that I put it on the straight table so you see it. So give me just a little bit. I'm waiting for the glimmer foil machine here to get warm so I can do the negative piece and then we'll do everything all at once. But it was super simple. I'm going to show you like this just quickly. You can go two different ways. You can go straight like this and then just cut the excess. Okay, so if you don't want to go like creative, just put it like that. It's going to give you a heart that is like, doesn't have that much of an opening. You want to create more of an opening. So you want to kind of move it on an angle a little bit. Okay. So I kind of moved it on an angle. So you're going to see the back. So you see it a little bit. See, there's a little bit of an angle on the back. Okay. The key is going to be that you want to make sure that you cut right on here, like straight, like flush. So that's what I said. I created a little bit of, oh, perfect. It's ready. So of a template, but you're gonna see that I'm just going to go ahead and just freehand it. Okay, cardstock. Don't forget that, Nathalie. Cardstock here. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's bugging me. It's just bugging me so much. You guys have no idea. But, and I have the die ready, so I can do that right away. And then I'm gonna show you what else you're gonna do with it. We're gonna make it fun because like I said, I really liked it. It's your cold better. Oh my God, I'm reading some stuff. Okay, so yeah, like I said, one of the reasons what I wanted to do this, so you can see different ways that you can create, you can use the arch. Like I said, make sure you check Shannon. She used it to create a rainbow card that was beautiful. Check Angela. She created a card that actually cut the arches in half and they look like waves, and I thought it was amazing. And when I saw it, literally, I was thinking, I can create doors for a layout. And then once I got it, I was like, no, I am actually gonna make a heart. And since the live today happened to be right on time for Valentine's Day, so I thought, let's give it a try. Oh, for the foil mistake. Oh, it's not that I feel bad for the mistake. I'm sorry that, it's gonna take a little bit longer because of that. It's just that it's gonna, that bugs me. I'm not like the cleanest of, scrapbookers, but it's just those little things that you prep and you think, oh, everything is gonna be okay, and then boom. Of course, let me just move the glimmer machine out of the way so I have this space to do everything else. So then I'm gonna die cut this one. Like I said, the other one I don't need. I wanted to do one that is the negative heart and one that is the positive heart, like the foil part of it. So I needed this. You can do the opposite. You can do like half. I want to do it this way just because I want to see the difference. And like I said, this is going to be a lot of hard foil. And I just remember something. You guys are going to laugh. I'm working everything out. I don't have the base for my layout, but I can pull some cardstock from the side. No biggie. I just realized that I'm going, where am I going to put all of this? Oh, Natalie, today it's one of those days that is going to be a fun list. So this is ready. I don't need any of this anymore. So give me 1 second. Let's clean it. Ooh, I almost knocked the camera. If I move it, let me know. I'm gonna move this and then I see. Okay. That's the beauty of working on the second table. I can actually see it. So let's see how bad did I screw this up? So I have it. I'm gonna go again and work it out. See, I'm trying to see it. Let's see. Tell me if I'm straight again. Like straight with the camera again. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit better now. Okay, perfect. So once again, I'm just gonna go ahead, trim it right at the edge. And you can use this part to cut words, to cut letters. You can cut, you know what I did? And I use a punch holder and I created a little sequence for out of my foil pieces. And I have a little bag with them. Just because I do a lot of my work, like my everyday documenting is in a notebook. So it's just easier for me to know at that much, what do you call it? Dimension onto my notebook. Otherwise it makes it really hard for me to write. So I found that instead of me writing, like, adding enamel dots or sequin, if I actually punch holes out of the foil paper, I can glue it onto the page. And then I have bling on my page without having the dimension. So don't throw, like, save your scraps. There's a lot that you can do with your scraps, especially their foil. You can actually cut a title out of it. And I actually save the scraps because I think that, I have a few dies that I can cut some words out of them and have them for titles. I don't do that many cards. Like I don't create, like, I'm not a card maker full time, kind of a hobby on the side of scrapbooking and memory keeping. That's how I call it. So, there we go. So I have my pieces, thank God, so here we go. Cleaning up everything else. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so now here's, like I said, I created a template. So it just makes it easier for you to have a visual look of what it looks like. So again, yeah, so that's how my heart gets built. So let's start with the one that is non. So you can go straight like that and looks like a pretzel, or you can go like a little bit, give it a little bit of an angle. It kind of opens the heart a little bit more. So it's up to you. You want to have this seam on top, you want to have it at the bottom, completely up to you. Okay, I kind of like that there. It's not an exact science. Okay. At times others stress while crafting. Oh, Heather can help you on that one. You stress. Yeah, so save your scraps. Don't throw them away, especially when they're foiled. there's a lot that you can do. So all I'm gonna do is just hit it with glue where I need to make sure that it's, you know, that it needs to stay in place. I'm gonna take a little bit of guessing here, right there. And it's okay if it's not a perfect heart. So I think I went through another one trying to find the perfect heart. It's not gonna do it, but the idea is there. So where did I put my pin? See? Okay, so okay, of course doesn't go in. Forget it. So I'm gonna cut the excess. Go cut into it a little bit more. So there we go. Okay, so I have the bottom of my heart. I'm okay with that. And then here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the excess over here. Then I'm gonna, here's when you're gonna have to flip because you wanna follow that line. Okay. There you go. There's your one heart. Okay, it looks like a heart. Okay, so we have one. Now we're gonna do the other one. Yeah, and that one there, I'll use it for something else. If you are a card maker, okay, because I like I said, I played with some ideas yesterday. You can make this into a shaker. It's gonna be a larger card. That much you can, but I'm sure if you can make it, I'm just gonna play with this a little bit more. Like I played quite a bit yesterday with this thing. It was fun. You can make it smaller. You're just gonna have to play like, you know, how you fussy cut this. The only problem with that is that it's really thin, really thick, the band. So you might wanna actually cut maybe another one of the arches to make it smaller. So you have more of the heart shape at the top. That's my tip for card makers. Okay, so we're gonna keep working on this. So we're gonna do the opposite. So you see how this one is like that? We're gonna do the opposite. So it's gonna go like this, just to give it some, you know, some points of comparison, I think. There we go. It's gonna have to go at the bottom. Again, move it a bit, not much. You just wanna create, this is the important part. To give it the shape of a heart, you wanna create this so that the inside opens up in a heart shape. So here again, some glue. Okay, there you go. Now open it up a little bit more. And when I tried this on a layout, it actually fit right in the center of my page. The hearts are gonna be kind of intertwined. So don't think that, you know, it's gonna cover my entire page. It is gonna be the background for the page. So it is gonna take quite a bit of your background. So be prepared for that. So again, cut the excess, flip it because you wanna make sure that you keep the straight lines going. Okay, remember, okay, same thing here. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure you follow the line. And that's the key. You want to make sure that you keep the arches and the lines to, you know, give you the idea. Flip it. Okay, there. I have my two hearts. So how was that? So, see, not complicated, super simple. Another idea for your arch background. What is the name of the thing? Arch background, yeah. And then that you can apply also to memory keeping. So we have our hearts ready. I'm gonna pull out some of the stuff that I have prepared. Oh, of course, Alexa had to come in on right now. I'm telling you, one of those days. Okay. So one of the things that I added to my supply list is the sparkling diamond cover die. Love cover dies. I think they're great for cars, and I think they're misused when it comes to scrapbooking. I'm gonna show you why. I think they're like things that add texture to the backgrounds, and in my case, I'm actually gonna use them to back my hearts because I want to keep them white, but I don't want to keep it plain. I want to give it a little bit of interest because I already have all this foiling. I thought that the little, like, you know, diamonds is just gonna make it extra sparkly. I do not want to add ink to this. I just want the sparkles on the background. Yeah, so there we go. I'm just trying to see who had a great idea. Oh, dropping, oh my God, yes. So here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go right here and I have them ready there. So you can go two ways. You can add some foam adhesive behind it and create that shadow, or you can just go flat and just have them like that. I want to give him a little bit of a shadow, so I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive behind it so that I can, you know, kind of have them popped a little bit. I just want, you know, everything to show nicely on my page. Okay, so let's go at it. Okay, so I don't need that much. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that it gets stuck. Looking at the time, I think we're gonna finish. It's not that complicated of a layout. It's just, you know, I had to show you how to make the hearts. I'm gonna show you the flowers that we're gonna use to, you know, document this, like to embellish this. It's not gonna, you don't need much because the hearts are already quite a bit, especially the one that's foiled a lot. And I'm gonna put my pictures on top of the heart that has all the foil, just so that it kind of like does it a bit, otherwise it's gonna be too blinky. Unless that's your jam, then go at it. A little bit too blinky for me, but again, foil does it, makes everything better. So, you know, it's just, this is just, we're gonna do this quickly. And you, like I said, you can, if you don't like dimension, then go ahead and you just glue it, you know, back it straight with, oh my God, with the cover die piece that we created. But I want to see that shadow just because it's going to bring interest to the background. It's just not going to sit there. It's actually going to show like that little shadow, and then you're going to see the details of the cover die. Like I said, guys, I played with this idea yesterday a little bit, so had a few more ideas. So just going to back it up right here. Okay, and then again, cut the excess. Cut into it. So there we go. So how's that? Okay. So we're try more here. I'm just trying to read the comments as I go along. Sorry if I missed any, like, you know, I'm not following the thread. I'm trying to, but I'm trying to also get this done. Trying to see for Natalie, what did I do? Thank you for the DVD hug. I appreciate it. So I'm just keep working on this. And again, like I said, you know, I'm trying to read this. I will try that because I love all these new techniques. Try all the techniques. Like, you know, I tried some of the hearts. I'm going to be honest. I created a project you're going to see on the weekend. And for some reason, my paper that I used was not, you know, the greatest. It just, the ink wasn't that great. Like I said, hammer mill paper just became available again. It was discontinued, not discontinued, but it was out of stock in Amazon for Canada. It finally arrived, so I had my order ready. So I used some other cardstock. I'm not so sure which one it was, but for some reason my foil wasn't the greatest, and that's how I created the heart. That's how I played. So like I said, try the technique. Try it outside of, like, you know, without what is the word? Without the fear that it's, you know, that it has to be perfect. Take that away. Like, you know, don't, you know, be gentle with yourself, because trust me, if you chase perfection, nothing of what you create is going to be pretty, and the stuff that you create has to be pretty for you. That's all I have to tell you. Even if, you know, you look at other people and you're like, oh, they're so pretty, it's their style, not yours. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. So I'm gonna put it there, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just cut the excess. I want to cut this tip here. And you're gonna see that I cut a little bit into it because I don't want any of the excess to show. So, and then I'm gonna reach. You're gonna see me disappear for 2 seconds because, like I said, I forgot my background paper. Then I have my hearts. So here is the idea for this layout. See, if you have a wedding picture, there you go. You have your background. Yeah. Let's just put this here. Like I said, give me 1 second. Because of course, Natalie forgot to pull out some cardstock for the background. And I want something that is not white. So let me start by saying that. I want something either like something maybe a little bit yellow or cream. I don't want something that's white because you already have all that white. You want something that is going to show some of the contrast. It's going to show the foil part. It's going to show the white of the heart. So I'm just going through my paper, see what I have out here. I have buttermilk. I don't like that for the background. So I might have to go into the other box. And if you see me ruffling through stuff, it's because I'm going through some card stuff that I have at hand here. Like I said, never a dull moment with me. If you've been to my life, then you guys know that. That's a common knowledge. Never a dull moment when I'm around. You know, for some reason, accidents happen. Twilight Zone table, you know, things like that always happen. So I'm just trying to find something that is nice and long, but I'm gonna put white just to show you what I'm saying. But you know what? It might actually work. And I'm gonna put something that is non-white to show you the difference. I found it. Okay, so like I told you, this is gonna take a lot, and it's already stuck because I have a little bit of foam adhesive behind it. So just be careful when you do that. So this is gonna, like I said, it's gonna take quite a bit of your real estate already right there. You can go this way, you can go whichever way works for you. I kind of want to take away some of the extra foiling. Again, this is how it's gonna look on pink, and this is how it's gonna look on white. So let's see. Quick poll, which color is better, pink or white? The flowers that we're gonna use are gonna be pink. So let's see, first comment, I'll go with that. Let's see, anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White or, let me see. Oh. Again, I'm gonna go with the pink just because I want my heart to pop. So there we go. I'm gonna put them here. I already have some foam adhesive showing. I'm just gonna give it some extra glue. Pink, yeah, I think so too. Even though my flowers are pink, but it's okay. This is one of the layers that will stay in my album and I'm gonna go to my kids, so I don't mind the pink. So again, you can go this way. You wanna put them in a diagonal. They're quite big. Can't go side by side because you're gonna take a lot of your page. So think about working your angles here. You can go skew them a little bit, that's up to you. Okay, this is gonna sit right here. And I'm just, like I said. Okay, this one might need a little bit of foam adhesive because remember, it's a little bit higher. Okay, so needs a little bit of foam adhesive behind it to make up for the space. Put it here. Okay, so let's clean this up and let's cut the barcode. And this is just some cardstock that I have at hand. So don't mind the name at the bottom. It's a blush tone. It's like a really light pink. This. So yesterday I tried it on my work table and I had like a piece of paper that was kind of grayish. And I was like, oh, okay, I think I need something that is non-white. But of course, I forgot to, pull out the cardstock. So there we go. Okay, so half our layout is done. We're gonna put this aside and we're gonna work on the embellishments. So here's what I've done ahead of time. We are going to use for our embellishments. This is the Brighter Days hot foil plate, the stencil, and the die cuts. Sorry, and the die. So I'm gonna move this. I've already had foil my plate outside of the camera because like I knew it was gonna take a while. And I am using matte gold for this. I don't want it to be shiny. I already have the foiling at the backer. So I don't want to. You can use the stamp if you want to, so, it is, what we're gonna use. So I'm gonna show you quickly how you can actually add color to this. Let me pull my little mat here. And this is going to be very simple. We might not go perfect. I'm going to show you how I did some of my stuff. And then, so I have the colors that I'm using for my layout. I am using ballet slipper. Or should I say I use ballet slipper, a little bit of sparkling rose. I use peach fuzz. I use coral reef, a little bit of passion fruit. I use sweet mustard, mint, and ocean breeze. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the coral reef ones. So that's the one that you're not gonna need that many. These are larger than the small ones. So let's see, very simple. So all you have to do is match this stencil to the foil part. If you stamp, then you can use, your platform and make sure that it's all centered. So then you use the little notches that come in the stencil to help you. But because I foil first, all I have to do is make sure that it matches the foiling. In this case, it makes it easy because I'm just kind of masking the centers of the flowers. So it makes it really easy to find the perfect location. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of washi tape just to hold it in place. But with the silicone mat, it doesn't move that much. Yeah, I use champagne. For the hearts, it's champagne foil. For the flowers, I use matte gold. Bring it up so you see. I don't know if you can see it. It's matte gold for this. There we go. This is the hearts, and this is the flowers. Okay. So let's go in. So coral reef, and then I'm just gonna start in the center and just kind of pull the color outside. I want it to be light. I don't want it to be very, like I said, very heavy, because you already saw I have pink on the background. I have quite a bit of foiling, so you don't want something that's super heavy. Okay, very lightly, light application. Think of it as fading into white. Okay, and I'm using coral reef for this, so I love the color. And even though I'm not a red person, okay, but I love that little coral kind of reddish tone, kind of pink tone that it has. I just love the color. So I stay with those tones. So there we go. Just get some of your ink with your brush or with your foam applicator, whichever one you have, just on a circular motion on top of the stencil, lightly. The more pressure you add, the darker the covering is going to be. Okay, so that always works. A little bit here. Again, for this one, start in the center. Usually flowers are darker when the petals are closer together. So start on the center and then just diffuse the ink to the outside. Or you can do the opposite and start from the edges and then just make a letter in the center. Completely up to you. Okay, that's the beauty of stencils, is that you can customize the flowers to what you like, to the look that you want to go for. It's a great way to mass produce your elements too. Simple as that. First layer's done. Gonna put my stencil on the side. I'll clean it after. Yeah. Now stencil 2 gives you the centers of the flowers. Yeah. It's here. Let me cover my ink. Move it to the side. I'm gonna use a little bit of peach fuzz and sweet mustard, and sunshine. I just want to get to that tone of orange. So start with a little bit of peach fuzz. This is how I did my flowers. So just doing the speed up version of it. Okay, just want a little bit of that orange undertone here before I add the yellow. Again, very simple, just a little bit of color. So there. And if you're asking about this ink pad, make sure you go check the inkstand. Is that right? They have it. The inkstand shop. My friend Brianne owns it, and she sent me one. Thank God, because I was, they come in handy when you have all. And that's it. Very lightly with the yellow, not much. You just want to have that peach undertone, just so you bring all the colors together. Okay, put it aside. We're gonna go with the stencil number 3, and that's the one that's gonna define a little bit of the flowers. Okay, go back to coral reef. Okay, like this. Let's put it in place. Hold it here. Go back to the same color. This time, just gonna apply a little bit more pressure. Okay, and that's just gonna give you a deeper color of the same tone, without having to change, colors. Because in some areas you're gonna apply it twice, you're gonna get it darker, but there's some new areas like the edges here of the petals. I'm just gonna apply more pressure so you see the difference, with what you already had applied. So it's all up to you how you color your flowers. Again, here I'm just gonna go lightly because I already have a base color. And I already have a base color, so lightly with the color here. It's gonna create a definition. And here, a little bit more pressure because I already have the same color at the bottom. A little bit more. And I'm gonna lift it up so you see it, so don't worry. That's all it's gonna take for my flowers. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So that's it, but just applying a little bit of extra pressure, you're gonna see, you change the tone of your ink. Okay, so we have that. And then the last one, well, not the last one, the penultimate one. I think that's the way you say it, yeah? Is to create your leaves. And one of the things that is so nice about this stencil is that you can actually create titles, you know, with your inks. But we're not gonna use that today. I'm just telling you it's nice because of that. So for this, I'm gonna use mint for my base. Just find my mint brush. This one, yeah. Sorry, this one. This is mint. And then we can go at it. Just apply the ink. Like I said, I'm doing it quickly, but I'm going to show you how I added a little bit of extra interest. So take a little bit of your ink and then just kind of swipe it right on the center. Think of it as right with the leaves actually, like, you know, meet with the stem. So you want to apply extra right on the center, kind of sweeping your ink. It's going to add a little bit extra color there. Same thing, lightly color. I don't want something that's really dark. I want something really light. Again, take some extra ink and then just kind of think of it as you're sweeping the right on the center. And then you stretch it. And I'm going to lift it so you see it. And so it gives you that soft little extra darkness in the center. Okay, and then we go to our last ink. And I am using Ocean Breeze for this. Probably one of my favorite colors of ink ever. One of the colors that I use the most. Thank you, Heather, also for the refills because they came in handy. Heather was nice enough to add refills to my order, and it was one of the ones that needed to get. I'm using the same. Sorry, wrong brush. There we go. I'm just gonna go here. Let's just go a little bit more. That's just gonna add the stencil number 5. This is gonna add a little bit of interest to the leaves. Just make them a little bit more, give them some dimension. Yeah, so I'm all done. That's it, very simple. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'll clean this after. The stencils, and then you have the die set. And again, the die is all I want. It's all one single die, so it takes only one pass in the die cutting machine to get all the flowers done at once. And I think I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it outside of the camera. So try to hunt yourself what I'm doing. I just don't want, you know, shake the camera and stuff like that. So let me just get this out of the way, and I'll do it in 2 seconds. Okay, so you can talk bad about me while I'm not there. Okay. Yeah. So let's move this out of the way here. And I have my flowers. Okay. Oh, like I said, all in one single pass. I have my leaves, and I use the negative pieces of the foil to create some of this. I don't think I'm gonna use them, but I have them there just in case. So let's put the stuff away. And now we're gonna assemble the layout because we pretty much have everything in place. So it's gonna take you a little bit of work ahead of, like, you know, to create this. If you wanna replicate it, it's gonna take you a little bit of work ahead, but putting the layout together should take you no time. Move the stuff that I don't need out of the way, and then we go at it. So here's our layout. I'm making sure that you can see it. Let me flip it a bit. There we go. Flowers. I have my photos here. I don't know. Maybe I backed them. I don't know yet. But I want to put them. This is my husband and I think a couple months ago. No, not a month ago. November. It was at my niece and nephew. They were baptized and they received, well, my nephew received, no, not baptized. My nephew's Holy Communion, First Communion, and my niece's confirmation. And it was the first time that we had seen my sister in like a while. So we actually went out for like, dinner and stuff like that. And this is probably the last picture, no, from the year, the two of us. So again, like I said, wedding photo will be ideal. I couldn't find one. So I can go 2, I can go 1. It's completely up to you. I pulled 2, but I'm thinking that I'm just gonna go with 1. I think the 2 of them will go. There we go, the 2 of them. So what I pulled out for this, because I do want to give them a little bit of color behind. So I have the Best Day 6x6 paper pattern. You're gonna see that mine is already in pieces because I've used quite a bit of it. So I want to make sure that I stay like, pretty neutral. So let me see what I find. I kind of like, I don't have much too, but, and I want to stay like, I like this. I don't know what I have here. Okay, so let's put this aside. You see, I keep my scraps. If they're bigger than, I'm gonna say 2x3s, then they're kept. Smaller than that, they go in the garbage. Okay, otherwise I will hoard too much and my house will become, a mess. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna give them just a small frame, not much. I just wanna make sure that they pop from all the color that we're gonna add on the background. So simply glue them onto the paper. Very light, very tiny frame. I'm gonna use the grid behind the, make you know that the paper has to help me cut this quickly. Just a little bit of paper, not much. Leaving us already. I know I'm going a little bit over the time, am I not? We're almost finished. Almost finished, don't worry. Okay. We have one, there we go. We have a photo, very simple, like I said. Simple pattern paper. They don't have to be straight. They can be a little bit on the, like, I'm liking them like that. Yeah, I like that. So let's commit to them. Foam adhesive, because remember that there is some foam adhesive underneath here, so you cannot glue them straight. You're gonna have your photos kind of an angle, so you need to help it with a little bit of foam adhesive. So keep that in mind, okay? You know that I've used chipboard before. That's okay. If you want to use chipboard, there'll be a great place to help you with the chipboard. But for now, we're gonna just use, this is thicker foam adhesive. I always want, like, I think I always tell you the same thing. Do you call it thicker, wider? I don't know. It's just a different one that I used for the heart. This is a little bit more. So this is gonna have quite a bit of dimension. That much I'm gonna tell you. Okay, not a lot, but it's gonna be, it's not gonna be flat. You can make it flat. It's completely up to you. Like I said, this one here, it is gonna stay in my albums. It's not gonna go to my kids. So, okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm even using a ruler, which is, okay, so I'm making sure that everything that I put is foam adhesive. So nothing is like, you don't see waves in the background. You actually see it all in one single shape. Okay, we're done with the foam adhesive. There we go. What are we thinking? Are we doing okay? Okay, so here's where we're gonna have the flowers, and you're gonna see that I created. I'm gonna move the leaves to the side a little bit. I have very light pink ones, have a little bit deeper pink ones. I have my light coral ones, and then I have like my darker ones. So with the 2 tones, I created that. So I know that already I need something here. So think about it. Cluster, cluster, cluster. You're creating your triangle. Cluster, cluster, cluster. Okay? That's already, the image itself is going to dictate you that. You're going to need something here. So let's go with that. So here, you want to create a combination of everything that you have to. So be mindful of that. So let me just go like that. It's red, it's too bright. Something a little bit lighter. This flower here. There we go. Some of the leaves. Okay. And here, maybe let's try one, okay? Because like I said, I created all of this. Let's try one, just to see what it looks like. Not hating it, but not loving it either. So let's see. I just want to try. Like I said, every time I create now anything, I do the negative of it because that's how my title is we're gonna use leftover pieces for my title. So no, not loving the gold. It's already enough bling on the back. And we're gonna add more too. So okay, I'm liking this here. Let's see. Yep. Maybe we're gonna move this here. Let's play with this a little bit. Okay. And this small one here. I have two here. That's why. Okay, let's just move this one a little bit. There we go. So I'm not loving this one here. So if I'm talking to myself, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that it looks okay before I move out of here. Here. Yeah, just want to just be mindful that you want to follow the shape of your heart. That sounded nice, but that's truly what I'm trying to do. You know, make sure that I don't lose it. So you want to help yourself with the leaves just to, you know, give you that curvature look of the heart. I'm just going to start, you know, making sure that everything is secure. Not everything needs to be like, you know, popped up. So this one here, it needs to be popped up. The leaves might be glued straight onto the heart, but the flowers need a little bit of adhesive, like a foam adhesive behind them, just to kind of make them pop a little bit. Not tons, just a little bit. Okay. So this one here. Cool. So are we guys doing okay? Like, you guys enjoying this? I hope so. I'm actually, you guys are gonna laugh. I'm actually a chemical engineer. Somebody asked me if I was some. I graduated as a chemical engineer, class of 1998 from University of Toronto. So that's my first love is education. I'm a firm believer that if I could go back to school, I probably learn everything that I could. I love to learn. That sounds bad, but I love to learn. So I love math, I love straight lines, I love, you know, maybe that's why I was really drawn into this, because of the look of the, you know, reminds me of graphs that I was seeing math. Maybe that's why I was really drawn onto this die set and the hot foil plate. So there we go. First one out of the way. So how are we going? Looks pretty. Like I said, very Valentine's Day, very romance, very, I love my husband, you know, thing. So we're gonna need another one up here. Again, I might actually move it a bit like this. And this one might get stashed a bit, and I need something light. And again, I'm trying to place them in a way that they follow the curvature of the heart. So we're getting there. We might get the extra embellishments. I might do it outside of the camera after, so you know I don't keep you here longer, because we are getting close to the time, but maybe another 5 minutes, Heather. So just hold on for me for a little bit longer. So, and one of the things I'm gonna tell you, and Heather's gonna laugh if I say that, is, you know, like I said, we're trying something like Heather and Leah scheduled their lives. I had never done it that way before. I just go straight live. But you know, we use quite a bit of products from Pinkfresh Studio, so it's easier to add like a customized supply list for you guys to know what we're using and stuff like that. So we're trying this, and a couple days ago we had like a small meeting just to, you know, make sure that I knew how to use this, and it actually worked out. And the first day when we went live, we're like, oh my God, thank God people cannot see us, because we look nothing like what we look when we go live. We look frightful. Love you, Heather, but she's probably laughing, going, oh my God, but it's true. Even, you know, we look totally different than what we look right now. That's all I'm gonna say. And that was a joke between the three of us. We're like, people can see us right now, you know, they will probably go, oh my God, these are the ladies that go live on Pinkfresh Studio. But you know, we try our best. We look beautiful anyways in our own ways, but kind of frightful at the same time. There you go. So before I add my title, which is gonna be right here, and I add my third cluster, we're gonna go into the last bit of embellishing. So, like I told you before, whenever I do a project, I save the negative pieces. And I save whatever, like, especially if I foiled, I use my negative pieces to create, extras. So if you saw the challenge I created, the challenge this month is all about love and hearts. So I created a large layout that had hearts, and I actually created my title using, this is the Ina Alpha. I used the hot foil plate, the stencil, and the die. And the beauty of this is that you can actually customize them and add color to this. So I'm thinking we might go with the, this. So I'm just keeping handy. And then I use the negative part to create the extra pieces. Because like I said, you don't want to waste the foil. So I created the negative pieces of it. Okay. So I know that I want to put the word love out of here because I have the E here. I already used the E in the other one. So give me 1 second. I had already set it aside, but then I put it back in here so I can show you. And I think that this set was already back. It was sold out and is already back stocked. It might be sold out again. So my apologies. It's just a very popular one and a very beautiful one. And I knew that I found the V yesterday. I should have set it aside, but I wanted to make sure that you guys seen. So I might have to cheat and go for W. Oh my God, I pulled it out yesterday unless I dropped it. So I'm just gonna pull an A just in case. And if you've seen the V and I missed it, just yell at me, please. Because up to yesterday night, it was here. Like I told you, I actually did the run through of this yesterday night while I was, oh, here we go. I knew that I saw it. But just in case you can, if you don't lose it, you can trim the little center of the A and you have a V. So, always a plan B. Always have a plan B. Okay. So I'm going to spell the word love. And I think it actually is going to look nice foil instead of going with the plain white. But I am actually going to put some of the white ones too. Not this. And I'm thinking that my title is going to fit right here. Move it a bit more. Okay. I can actually put it here too, but I think it's going to be too heavy. Instead, I'm going to just use small embellishments in that area. But what I'm going to find here, once I find that I have the S and I need a U. Okay. Move this out of the way. So I think I'm going to put this here. Okay. I'm not going to glue it. I'm going to do it outside of the camera because I need to add for my adhesive like really carefully and really tiny so it stays in place. But that's where they're going to sit. So you have an idea, like, this as is going to be here. I pulled this some of the, the chipboard flare because I love this. So I like this purple. Let's see. I don't want to add much more. I don't think you need a lot more. Just want the two here because it's the two of us. So I'm going to put it over here. Let's see what's going to work better. But I want these two. Let's put it there for now. Okay. So remember, we have to create a trip, like 3 different, there's going to be something round down here. So I'm thinking that I might have to go with this right there. Or we can go with something that is really nice. No, we don't have that much yellow. Let's see, what do we have here that's good? I kind of like this. I'm just gonna kind of tuck it underneath there. Okay, and then I had another one. And I just might want to put here, but I want something that has color here. So let's go with the hello here. Okay, chipboard flare out of the way. I might not use this, even though I put it on the list, I'm not, but I am going to use it. Because it says, love you most. So I'm thinking that I wanted to put it right here underneath my title. And I'm not adding pressure so it doesn't get like, stuck. So like I said, I'm going to do this outside of the camera. I just finished. My lines of journal are going to go down here. But my last cluster is going to go. So I'm going to move this flare out of the way because it's going to go there, like I said, somewhere. but it's gonna go here. Okay, so you just see where I'm gonna place stuff. Okay. Again, like I said, I'm gonna do this outside of the camera. After we're finished, I'll add everything like, you know, glued, because it's gonna be a lot of gluing and attaching everything in place. But this is what it's gonna, so I'm creating that triangle there, like following the shape of the hearts. I'm doing it the same way, and this is where the hello, I think, is gonna go here, just because I need to elongate this up this way. I might put it up here, and that's about it. No, that's not about it. Then we have the metallic gold pearls, and that's what's gonna help me elongate this design. Okay. Again, like I told you, a lot of bling today, but it's okay. So be very mindful of where you put this. You want to follow the triangular shape that we created. And let me just, I'm not gonna glue them. I'll do it after. I'll share the photo, everything finished. Don't worry. Okay, it's gonna go there. I might add a few more over here, just because my title's here. So I'm gonna add a few here just to give it a little bit of extra. Another one there. And I might add another one here, just like 1 or 2. There we go. Now we're finished. This one is just ones that I reached it. Okay. And there you go. So what do we think, guys? So I hope that, you know, you guys see a different use for the arch backdrop, that you guys actually enjoy this. Like I said, this is something that I just thought it would be nice too. I may have to change this. So for now, we're just gonna leave it there, but it's gonna need a flare there. I just need to make sure that 3 of them are, you know, you create a triangle. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna move it down so you can see it fully. I think it's full right in the center. Like I said, we use the Ina Alpha for our title, the Brighter Days flowers, the suits, and also the arch backdrop to create our hearts. So remember that Heather is picking a winner, you know, for a comment. You get a $15 gift certificate to the shop. Make sure you use it. We have promotions this weekend for actually alphas. And I think we're done. I'm gonna flip the camera so I can see you. And then let me just go into Zoom, because now I have like 20 different pages open here, but I can see it. There we go. I can see you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera so you can see me. And we talked about it. So how did it go? Did you guys like that? Did you guys enjoy it? Oh, that's hot. Like I always say, make sure that you guys, you know, are checking the sale. There's a sale happening this weekend. I'm gonna see who got the winner. And Valerie Hunter, you are answering. I'm waiting for, if I miss who won it, I'm sorry. Like I was flipping the camera. So make sure that if Heather's gonna pick a winner for this, and you get a few. Oh, there we go. Vicky Anderson, you are the winner of the gift certificate. Congratulations. As always, email Leah at Pinkfresh Studio. Give her a couple days to answer back, but she'll be able to award you the gift certificate. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Now that I know how to schedule this, it'll be easier for me and for you guys to get a notification of when I'll be live. And again, you know, I think that there's new things coming to Pinkfresh Studio, some new collections. And if so, next time you see me, then we'll be breaking those and creating something new. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Heather, for being, you know, the one behind me, you know, answering the questions when I can see it. As always, don't forget to check the channel. There's always lots of content being uploaded. And thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you, Heather. I know I went a little bit over, and I have to go now try to find acetone to clean my plate. So thank you, guys. Take care, okay? See you.